Hey guys, it's Jeff Farina with Pocketnow.com. As you may have already seen, Daniel Webster gave us some great coverage on the Samsung Galaxy S, including his final review. And now I'm also going to compare the Samsung Galaxy S to my beloved HTC EVO. The first video is going to be a software review, followed by a hardware review, yet another software overview, basically comparing the speed of the EVO versus the speed of the Galaxy S, as well as the general hardware makeup. So, let's go ahead and get started. Alright everybody, and we're back, and as you see here we have the HTC EVO on the left and the Samsung Galaxy S on the right. And one of the first tests that I'm going to run is actually the startup time. The EVO takes quite a long time to start up in my opinion, so let's see which one of these starts up faster. I'm going to pick them both up and just kind of, on the count of three, 1, 2, 3. And they're off. Now, like I said, one of the things that I have noticed is the EVO does take quite some time to turn on, in my opinion. It'll get by this menu. Once it does, it'll sit on the 4G logo for Sprint for quite a long time. Galaxy S is already showing its nice little animation video. Looks like the Galaxy S is going to pull ahead by a far margin. Now, this may have something to do with the fact, the Hummingbird processor versus the Snapdragon processor. It could also just have to be part of the bloatware that the EVO has to start up, being on Sprint, has to load the Sprint navigation, the Sprint TV, all that fun stuff, whereas the Galaxy S technically does not have to do that. So the Galaxy S is now fully working, as you see here, and the EVO is still waiting. We're still on the white splash screen. So that's not a good sign. That's a sign that, the EVO, the Snapdragon may not perform as well as we thought, at least on the startup process. So now it's starting to go. And again, it's going to sit in the 4G logo for a little bit. All right, and the EVO is finally booted up. It's still initializing the SD card. As you can see here, the Mario background is currently frozen while it is initializing that card. But I would say the Galaxy beat it by about a minute and a half. That's pretty bad on the EVO side. So I would say in that sense, Hummingbird definitely shows off. And once again, the bloatware from Sprint could have a lot to do with that. It could also be the fact that Sense has to load, HTC Sense, which is a skin for Android. Granted, the Galaxy S does have a skin on the Android as well from Samsung, but it does seem like it's a little lighter, so that could have a lot to do with it. Alright, so the next test we're going to run is going to be just a browser comparison. We're going to go to Pocketnow.com on both of these at the same time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start the browser. And this one is, for some reason, in landscape mode. Now, they should be in my recent history. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start both these at the same exact time, and we'll see which one is faster. So, pretty close, I'd say. This, based on the status bars, the EVO is winning, but that doesn't always mean it. Alright, so the EVO did load that faster. Mind you, the EVO also did load the flash. Technically, the EVO is still loading. I loaded a few extra things past there. So, all in all, the Galaxy did load a little faster because the EVO had to load a few scripts after the fact. But something to keep in mind here is EVO loaded the flash. As you can see up here, the banner ad, "Do you have a mission in life?" is not showing up on the Galaxy browser. These are the stock browsers, so I could use a different browser and possibly get the flash. But once again, this is loading flash by default, whereas the Galaxy S is not. Alright, now just giving you a basic run-through of each of the phone's menu systems. The EVO uses HTC Sense and actually has this up arrow to bring you to your menu scrolling feature where all of your apps will be, so on and so forth. Whereas the Galaxy S has the Applications button here, and you press this and it will actually scroll left and right. So it's going to give you the same functionality, a different setup though. And, it's going to be your own personal preference. This one, again, will scroll vertically, this will go horizontally. The Galaxy S in this menu scrolls much, much smoother. Almost like the iPhone, in my opinion. It's very smooth, whereas this seems a little choppy. Whatever you may think. Going into the settings menu here, the settings are going to be the exact same for the most part, so the skin really doesn't take out any of the features. However, you will see some of these icons on the left on the EVO, whereas you really don't have those, bright and flashy icons on the Galaxy S. Again, I'll let you make your own judgment here as far as if you think the EVO is choppy or smooth here, whereas the Galaxy, in my opinion, a little smoother. So again, I'll let you make your own opinion there. I'll reserve my judgment on that sense. But But the next video I'm going to show you is really going to kind of give an in-depth look at the Google Maps application. We're actually going to see which one actually locks faster on the GPS standpoint and the software standpoint. We're also going to take a look at some of the gaming. Asphalt 5 comes on the Galaxy S, and I do have it on my EVO, so we're going to see which one performs faster there. Once again, this does use the HTC Sense, whereas the Galaxy S uses Samsung's little own skin that they have on there as well. So this menu is a little different here, but you can still download these same apps from the Android market that you could before, but now you also have the benefit of these Samsung apps as well. So once again, guys, be sure to stay tuned for the next videos that are coming up. We're going to have a little bit of a showdown, the hardware between these two guys, between the EVO and the Galaxy S, as well as the part 2 of the software comparison between these two devices. And you guys can make your own opinions of, which one you think is a better phone if you're trying to make that decision. So be sure, as always, to give us a thumbs up here. Feel free to comment and ask any questions as you have, and stay tuned. Thanks, guys.